Uh, yeah, so the today's session is about cybersecurity. Uh, Thank you for joining Career Guidance Council meeting. So let me go through the slides and I will explain each and everything during the session. And at the end of the session, we will have the Q&A. Uh, you all are open to ask the question, and definitely I will go ahead and answer it.
So Munawer, there is some like background noise is coming little bit from your end.
Is it?
Yes,
Is
yes.
It, are you still getting the background noise?
Yes, yes. Some like noise is coming actually. Background something.
Okay. Please give me a moment.
Okay.
Is it fine now? Is it okay?
Yes, yes, it's better. Okay, fine. You can continue.
Yeah. Thanks all. Thanks for joining. So let us discuss today about cybersecurity. This is slides which I have created last night so as to give demo on this one. Let us go to cybersecurity slides and I will explain to you. So what is cybersecurity? These are the topics which I'm going to cover today. So what is cybersecurity? Why do we need cybersecurity? Types of threats, which we'll discuss in detail. What are the 5 C's of cybersecurity? Cognitive cybersecurity vulnerability, threat, risk, and threat landscape, which I'm going to explain in detail. So let us start. What is cybersecurity? So cybersecurity is a set of process, tools, and frameworks to protect networks, devices, programs, and data from attacks. So cyber criminals launch such attacks to gain unauthorized access to IT systems, interrupt business operations, modify, manipulate the data, engage in corporate espionage, or extort money from victims. So in today's era, we are digital. We are into the living in the digital world. So we have mobile phones, laptop, tablets, and whatnot. So most of the we communicate from the morning till evening. We have the electronic devices. So if you want to send any message, we use some messaging tools. If you want to pay bills or if you want to make transactions, we have UPIs. So every moment there is a data transfer that is happening. So the number of devices connected, the number of data is increasing. So there is always the threat of data being misused or being hacked or manipulated, that kind of thing. So there's a reason we have the cybersecurity comes into the picture. So if there is any data flow from one place to another place, and if it is lost or if it is stolen, that is misused. So we have to think about the cybersecurity. So why do we need cybersecurity? So this is very important point. If you can Google it, you'll find the exact figure. So this how often does cyber crime happen? So it happens like for 33 billion accounts will be breached in 2023. That converts to 2328 per day, 97 crime victims per hour. And when we are discussing cyber attacks of 8 lakhs have been recorded in total. On an average, there is a hacker attack every 39 seconds. So when we are talking, before we finish our one sentence, there is an attack which has happened or will be happening. So this is that is the reason we need a cybersecurity. So let us move to next thing, and I will explain in detail. So these are the types of threats on every day which will happen. So one is malware, phishing, password attack, DDoS, man in the middle, drive-by downloads, malware advertising, and rogue software. These are the things. which we will be discussing today. There are many other things which are there. So what is malware? So let me explain about the malware in depth. So the only thing which I'm going to discuss more in detail is malware, and I will explain all other things about the cyber threats which happens. So let us start with malware. So if you see about malware, so it is a malicious software uh, that is designed to gain the unauthorized access. And there are many kind of like forms, viruses, worms, Trojan horses, ransomware, spyware, adware. So these are the things which we are going to discuss in our next slide. So I will explain about virus and everything. So what is virus? So while we are going through the slide, what is virus actually? If anybody wants to answer, they can answer it. Is there any definition of virus? Does anybody know here? It's open for all. So if you want, you can answer it. So I can give 30 seconds for this. So let me tell you, the full form of virus is vital information research under siege. So this was designed to gather the information from some other computer or digital device. So this is kind of virus. Virus is like that is the infected file or attachment download, which passes from one computer to another computer or one network to another network. The medium can be by email or it can be by electronic media. So it can flow from one place to another. Let us discuss about worms. What is worm? Worm is similar to virus that spread quickly through the networks, exploiting vulnerabilities, operating system and software. They can also infect other devices connected to the network. So worms is like, these are also a kind of a virus. It is also a kind of virus, but this worms will be affecting the networks. Similarly, there is Trojan horses. Trojan horses is a malware. And this malware, it is a legitimate software tricking users.
So your voice is little low. If possible, can you connect headphones?
Let me, yeah, I can connect headphone. So let me try to increase the volume here. Let me know if it works. So this, yeah, volume is full. So let me try to make it loud. So I need to get headphones from the other room. So let me be a little bit loud. Okay, is it clear now? Am I loud?
Yes,
Little better, yeah.
Thank you. Thanks for letting me know. So Trojan horses. Let me tell about the Trojan horses. It is also a type of malware. So this is a trick to for the users for downloading and installing. Once it is installed, it gives the attackers remote access to the network or system, and that will help you to steal the data. So we will discuss about this. And ransomware, you might have heard about the ransomware. Ransomware is once it is sent to the computer or within a network, it will encrypt the files and it will make the entire network inaccessible. So what they will do is they will steal the entire data, and these hackers, once they send the ransomware malware through the network, most probably they will target the big organizations or the organizations which are less secure. And what they will do is they try to demand the money for the ransomware they have hacked, and none of them will be able to accessible. So they will have, and they will tell that they are going to sell the data, they're going to make it public. So data is very much important. So there are many cases which are reported recently for the ransomware. Now coming to spyware. Spyware is designed to monitor the user's activity. So whatever the activity, for example, if you are if you are trying to book a ticket, if the network is not so secure, if the computer is affected by spyware, then they will try to collect the details, the details like passwords. It can be credit card details. It can be any kind of personal data, photographs. So that can be sensitive data, and that can be misused. And adware is when you are browsing or checking emails, you get the ads, and some of the ads will have a code, hidden code. So sometimes what we do is, okay, then we see, okay, there is an ad or going on the website. So if you go to a particular website, if you click on the ad, that will have a code, and that will spread adware, and that will affect the computer. So let me explain about this in details. These are the types of malware which we have found recently. Like we have a capture on this one. So this malware I'm going to discuss. So phishing, we will go to the picture and I will tell you. Phishing is, let me give you an example of phishing. So phishing is an email is sent to you. So when you get an email, whether it is personal email, official email, so most probably the phishing is used by sending an email. The email, if you see, the email will have the an email address. How to find whether this is from the correct person or the trusted sender. So we have to hover it. If you go to the in the address bar 2, then we will get the information whether the true address has the correct information or the correct sender. So it will display the email address and the website. So here we have some user at memphis.edu. This is the correct one. So when we get an email from such kind of email, they will write a program. So it should receive to the particular recipient, and the details will be there. Most probably they will do some kind of mistakes in the email. And in the email, what they will do is the link which they provide, the link will be the fake. Entire email, it will be drafted similarly. The only thing is to see how far, if it is paged and all this thing, there will be some kind of typos, or there will be some kind of spelling mistakes in the email. And if you see, click here, so they will mention that this is from your manager, your salary increased, or it is an offer kind of thing. And if there is a hyper, there is a link in the email. So before clicking on that link, just hover on the link. It will give the address where it is pointing. So this is the email address which is used to phish. So this is all about phishing. So this is how it happens. So what they will do is, it is a cyber attack, tracking users to provide sensitive information such as login credentials or financial information by posing legitimate entity. So these phishing attacks typically involve in sending an email or a text message that appear from a legitimate source, such as bank or online service provider, but actually fake designed to steal the user's information. So when we get messages on phone, so if you send this message, you will get some kind of thing, or this is Amazon is giving, so this for this particular item for this much discount and all this thing. So that most of them who doesn't have knowledge, they will get tempted and they will click on the link. So that is getting based or this. So this is the example. So we need to be careful on this thing. So this is the example of phishing, which we need to be we should learn about when we are learning cybersecurity. This is one of the topic which we need to be much careful. So now coming to password attacks. So what are the password attacks? So password attacks are cyber attacks that involve attempting to discover a user's password in order to gain unauthorized access to a system account. Password attacks can take many forms and carried out by using a variety of techniques. So let me show you this one. So this is also known as a brute force attack, and which is explained here. So the attacker, what they will do is they will write a code, and they will have some tools. They will send this continuously by username. The password will be like, they will write an algorithm, and there will be like they will do a multiple attempts. Now we have some Google and all this thing, Google, whether it is Yahoo, most of the thing, most of the websites, they're secured. So we get an email that has tried to log in. So we get immediately, we get alert on it. So this is the kind of brute force attacks which happens. Sometimes if we are not seeing the message or email, all this thing at that time, there is an chance that this brute force attack can happen. So sending continuously writing an algorithm, and sending like what they will do is they will write algorithm with multiple uppercase letter, lowercase letter, number, alphabet, and they will send the algorithm. So it will check one by one. So if you give a password like welcome123, so it will take the dictionary words. So first letter, it will search for uppercase W, lowercase w, then a numeric. So if your first thing matches, if the uppercase W matches, and if you are given the password as uppercase W, the first condition met, so it will go for the second letter. So this is kind of brute force attack. So this is a password attack which happens most of the time by the hacker. So this is only possible when the network is not secured. So they can get into the system and they can hack and they can use if this it is not secure. So we need to keep in mind that these networks are secure, and when we are entering, we are monitoring this thing. So DDoS is, we'll explain, that is distributed denial of service. It is a type of cyber attack that involves overwhelming a website network with a massive amount of traffic or request rendering to a unavailable to users. So what they will do is they will send an n number of requests which will come to the server, so that will block. So most probably the use of bots, they make use of the bots. So there is a malicious actor, there is a bot, they are sending an n number of requests, and this particular bot which is shown in the picture. This DNS here, it will be a typically this will be like a kind of like junk data which will be passing. So the target server will be like flooded, and it will become like very much. If there is a more load on this, that server will become very. It will become like the traffic will flow, and there is a load issue at the time. This DDoS will affect both of the network. So man in the middle is well, a cyber attack. This is also a kind of cyber attack that involves intercepting communication between two parties. So the example which I can give is like if you are trying to when the data is flown from one side to another from user system to the server. So the man in the middle, what they will do is they will try to manipulate and hack it. So this is the one. So they will try, if this is the website which is not used correctly. For example, if I'm trying to go to Amazon.com and I want to purchase something, but instead of Amazon.com, I have selected Amazon. There is some character. If the link which is provided to me, AMAZON, instead of AMAZON, that is AMAZEN. So initially what they will do is they will create such kind of link that is a kind of man in the middle. So they will take and they will, this is a wrong link. So the man in the middle, what they will do is they will show us like this, you're using the correct website. So all the transaction will happen to that incorrect server, and the man in the middle will take that complete information. They will try to project that we are logging to a particular website like Amazon.com, and the information which is sent, this is being used by the hacker or hackers. So that most of the time the information is lost, and we end up losing a lot of money and our credentials as well. So drive-by downloads. Drive-by downloads is sometimes whether it is a phone or it is a laptop, we get uh, corrupt links. So corrupt links is whether it is email, ad, or website. When we click on the link, it will initially start like it will immediately start installing the malware, and the access to the system or the mobile phone or any gadget that will be the access can be gained by the hacker. So dive by download is they will create a, for example, if you are giving some electoral some app on Android or whether it is an iPhone or some other. So if there is an app which is created with a similar name, so we have to make sure that we are installing the correct app. So similar kind of app is created, and if the incorrect software is downloaded, then the attacker the attacker can have information from the malicious link. That is most probably this will happen from the social platforms. So advertising is a cyber attack, which is which can be on the legitimate websites that can affect the user's device by clicking the ad. So this is it is a malware and it gives a advertisement of predicting like discount kind of thing or voucher kind of thing. So this is a trick used by the for hacking. So this I would like to discuss. So the attacker, what they will do is they will send an ad to the website, and some of the website will come up with a malware. So we need to make sure that this website which we are using that has HTTPS, that is secured one. If it is www, it is starting with www. Please ensure that you are putting HTTPS before it, so that is you are accessing the secure website. So that can be avoided, so as to get rid of the malware or getting like there is a chance of getting attacked for this one. Now coming to rogue software. Rogue software is also known as a scareware. Scareware. So if you see there is some we get an alert on the mobile phone that device is full or the computer is affected by virus. So there is a pop-up sometimes it comes if we go to a particular unsecured website. So it will give an option to download a software that can remove the virus and all this thing. So that is a software which is designed by a similar name. So if you see this picture, this it has a name. So instead of Microsoft, it is Microsoft. So they will make some changes, and the logo and everything will be the same as the original website. If you install it, then this is completely designed so as to uh, gather the information of the system, and this software will uh, uh, will gather all the information, and this will help the hacker to gain access. So this is the screenshot for the same. So sometimes once it is installed, the system is completely affected and it will file the information. So your IP address, the credentials, everything. So the best way to avoid is go to the website. If you see in this link, if you see the link of this particular website, this is completely different website. So like www.l. Some XY, some name. So this is not a Microsoft. So ensure that whenever you want to install any software, or go to the website. Don't whenever you want to go to a banking website, don't Google it. Go to the name of the bank which you know, or where we have given this your card or the brochure. Make sure that you are going to the website. Sometimes if you are googling for or a bank website, sometimes it gives some suggestions, options that will redirect you to incorrect website, which is similar kind of website, and it will have a typo. So ensure that you are keeping an eye. You are seeing the name is correct. It has HTTPS and it is secure. So that can, we have to ensure that these are the things which you need to keep in mind about the about this one. So I will discuss this cognitive cyber security. So this is nothing but like artificial intelligence, which are being used these days for hacking the system. So if you might have heard about many tools. Recently, we have ChatGPT. ChatGPT, if you have ChatGPT, if you have an account on this one, ChatGPT, if you want to write a program or algorithm or any kind of program, the only thing it needs is like a sentence. You have to write one line about I need to program on this one. You will get entire results for this one. If you want more options, it will keep giving the new suggestions from the entire website. So if you want to draft an email, you need to mention that I need to take a leave. So mention that I need to write an email to my manager, director, or if it is a client, if you mention that this is I need to write an email with subject line, and if you have entered, then it will be the entire result. So this has been used for there is a cognitive cyber security which is used by AI technologies these days. So let us discuss about 5 C's of cybersecurity. 5 C's of cybersecurity is change, compliance, cost, continuity, and coverage. So change is like whenever there is an environment, there should be change, and change is the upgrade. So if there is some few companies will be using some website and some tools, they need to upgrade it to the latest version of this, and they need to be doing upgrading on this one. So that is a change that should happen. We have to, if the same technology being used and all this thing, then that is like it need to be upgraded, or the previous versions and all this thing. If you are still using it, then there are chances of as it is a older version and all this thing, there are chances of getting hack and all this thing. Compliance is following the policies, adhering to the corporate thing. So cost is whenever there is a additional devices or technology use, so that will be added to this cost of the cyber security. Continuity is the backups, the backups and the backups which are done. So that also includes cost, and the coverage is to like achieve that profitability. Now, vulnerability, threat, and risk. I will explain this by giving a picture here. So vulnerability is like software bugs, broken processes, ineffective controls, hardware flaws, business change, legacy systems, and this one. And threat is like angry employees, dishonest employees, criminals. It can involve government, terrorists, press, competitors, hackers, all of them. So vulnerability and threat, if they are multiplied, if there is if the system or the network has combination, and these are the threats, then definitely it will put the entire organization on the risk. So here, this is the definition of vulnerability, threat, and risk. So first, a vulnerability exposes your organization to threat. Then threat is a malicious or negative event that takes advantage of vulnerability. And finally, the risk is the potential for loss and damage to the threat that does occur. So here what we threat landscape. So the biggest security issues and challenges in 2023. This is one of the things which which has happened in a couple of years. So most of the organization, there is a ransomware extortion. So the ransomware is sent to the organization, the entire network is hacked, the data is stolen completely, and these hackers, they will send a message to the organization. So the message will be displayed on the system by email. So entire organization, and they will demand currency, and none of them can be caught physically because they are at uh, uh, different locations, and physically they are very much clever that they cannot be caught physically. Say, so they send random demand money and make a kind of transactions to some other country where so these are the challenges which has happened. So other thing is cloud third party threats. So cloud threat, this is like companies are increased adapting cloud computing. So if you see, if it is AWS, whether if it is any company, everything is getting moved to cloud. So there are certain factors that and the security model that is cloud environments are like vulnerable, and it can be attacked on premises and infrastructure. And other thing is mobile malware. So while using the mobile phones, if you're browsing social media or whether it is a website, there are chances of the mobile malwares which are getting affected. And if you're using the personal email, official email, and that can be also used by sending this sending it to official as well as personal email at the same time. So one of the mobile malware is like the QR code readers, flashlights, games that are common these days. Now, vipers and destructive malware. Vipers and destructive malware is that will completely delete the data from the entire system or the entire network from the organization. So these are the vipers and destructive, which can be learned, which can be discussed in depth as well. And other thing is weaponization of legitimate tools. So this is the line between legitimate penetration testing and system administration tool, and malware can be a fine one. So penetration testing is also known as pen testing. Most of them tell it as pen testing. So and this functionality is to build into the malware. Also build the target's operating system or available via legitimate tools that are likely to be recognized in malware by signature-based detection tools. So next point is like zero-day vulnerabilities in chains by chains, and this we can learn if you go to Google and discuss about global attacks on business. There is more about the with examples and other things. This has happened in 2023. In a couple of months. So these are the challenges which we are facing as a cyber security. And for this, how to deal these challenges. So first of all, while designing this any organization, we need to think of like security, and prevention focused on security and comprehensive protection. So this is the points which can be we have to think for the infrastructure, and the advanced antivirus, the network, and if you are going for cloud computing, what is the trend which is a software used which is more secure. So we have to consider and think of it, so that can be avoided, but there are still chances in future. So coming to the prerequisite of this particular cybersecurity course, which I want to discuss, is anyone who wants to do this course, who has a degree in computer science, IT, or engineering, or similar field, they can join this particular course. And if anybody has a work experience of 2 years, they want to join into cybersecurity, they can have a couple of certifications. I will tell about this certifications here, which I have mentioned here. on the screen. So this is the basic certification. If anybody wants to join cybersecurity as a career, they can have these certifications, which are the basics so as to get into this cybersecurity. This will help a fresher or experience. Coming to this, these are the links which I've mentioned. I'm not going to not advertising these links, but these are the links of Udemy, Coursera, and Pluralsight. They have a very much complete descriptive cybersecurity courses which are free, as well as it has videos as well as labs which can be covered. So you can go to these links for learning the cybersecurity. Yeah. So this is the thing. This is just about cybersecurity. Any questions about this one? So I wanted to keep this discussion and explain about cybersecurity. So just kept a couple of slides. So if you have any questions, please let me know. I can answer the questions and about the experience, what happens and how it happens. Yeah, any questions for me?
So audience, like you can put your question on the chat, as well as you can unmute yourself and ask the question. And
Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Waalaikum.
Jazakallah khair. Thank you so much for this today's session. We got more aware about the cyber security and how we can prevent the security purpose when we are using the data. And coming to my questions,